today's 95 with the heat index of I think 102. Down.
Nope. Okay, cool. I'll probably just come out like every day and just check on it or whatever.
Nick's just finishing up the piping. All right, so at this house we're putting in a yard drain, and it's for surface water and for their downspouts. They have two downspouts back here. So we're going to be collecting the downspout water here, and then he can run his pool into here too. And by this patio here, this is all low here in this area. So we're going to be putting a little catch basin here, a little 4-inch inlet that will go into our pipe, and that will go into here. And then we're going to do a perimeter drain all around the yard with some 4-inch inlets all throughout to catch water. I'll show you the pictures now of their yard when it rains. So then we're going to be going along here. Tom's just setting everything up, painting our lines, getting everything set. Their other downspout is over here. So there's the other downspout. And the other place I get water is right here. Can you see how this patio here comes down here and this grass is higher? They get puddling there. So we're going to be lowering this grass. We're actually taking this grass out, and we're going to be putting stone. We're doing a stone dust base for this fireplace, so they're getting rid of these blocks. And we're getting rid of some of this grass. We're going to be putting a base for the fire pit, and we're going to be putting an inlet over there to catch the water. This house is very fortunate that on the other side of their fence, this is town property, and they actually have a storm catch basin right here. And this is to catch all the water from all the neighbors up here. This one over here has a wall. What we're doing is we're capturing all their water, and we're going to be putting it in the storm catch basin. We're gonna dig down and core into the back of this, so that way it has plenty of slope to go into here. And like I said, you need a permit whenever you touch anything of the towns. This is their storm catch basin. Now I won't mention this town's name, but in this town, we haven't worked here in years because it is such a hard place to get permits. They're ridiculous. For the simplest jobs, they want permits and engineer drawings, and they make everything so difficult that when you give them your drawings, then they want more drawings and they want changes. The town is just crazy. We decided to give it a shot and come back to this town thinking maybe it's better. You know, it has been years since we worked here. And in fact, it was 10 times worse. We had to do the permit, then they wanted revisions, then they said we needed a grading permit also, which we are not grading at all. And they said that they're gonna come and watch us do our work, which is fine with us. But right now we're in a heat wave, and I doubt they come out of their office to come look.
First, they wanted an engineering permit.
Right.
And with the engineering permit, the engineer wanted us to do a complete elevation survey of the backyard. So we had to come out with our laser and do elevations every 8 feet. He also wanted us to tell him exactly the slope on each pipe. Like over there, the pipe is a 1%, it's 2% here, and it's 4% over there. And then the pipe goes from -10 over there to whatever it is, -15 or something like. He wanted everything laid out so he could look and approve everything. So very, very difficult. Typically, the engineer would come out and take a look, and just, you can see with your naked eye that it's pretty good. You know, it's got slope, but he didn't want to come out and look. We had to take pictures of the storm basin. We had to measure it. We had to tell him exactly where we're going in. He wanted the dimensions, you know, of it. They wanted how deep. absolutely crazy for the permit. And then when it was all said and done, they said they wanted a grading permit, which is nuts. We're not changing the grade of anything. But he said, you're moving dirt, so I want a grading permit. So he charged them another $100 for a grading permit just to dig and put the same soil back in place.
Right, we're not touching the grade at all. And since we are putting in, they're moving their portable fire pit, and we're taking out the grass, like I said, and we're putting stone dust down. He's like, oh, that permit does not cover that. We're like, we're not building a fire pit, we're just putting stone under the ground, on the ground. So that's fine. But they were absolutely nuts. So Tom's got this almost marked out. So today we're just getting set up. Tom's gonna look into this, and maybe we'll core into this today.
And like Dawn said, they said they were gonna come and watch us work, which it's 95 right now. I don't think they're gonna leave their little air-conditioned office to come over and watch us work. So, but they said they were gonna have someone here while we were working the whole time. So we'll see what happens.
Let them do it. We're just getting the boards in the back. Like I said, it's extremely hot today, and GoPros only last about 10 to 15 minutes in this heat before they shut down and then have to cool off. So I'll tape as much as I can on this job. Today's 95 with the heat index of I think 102. Tomorrow's supposed to be 5 degrees warmer. So we usually put 5 on here. You could put 6. Are you still recording? Plenty of room to get through this gate. Last couple jobs have been really tight. Now the fun part begins. Oh, you're so close.
These tabs and that one's swung the other way.
So we need a screwdriver?
Yeah.
I will get a screwdriver. Okay. Got the other side of the fence out because we had to have enough room in there to get Tom down there and a drill. Here there's no growth. Uh-oh. Okay. We should have went right here. Looks like there's a patch here. Perfect. So there's a big old metal cage in there. All right, so I got my hydraulic cement. So you just mix it like this. What I will do is mark this where I want. Take my pipe out a little. Like I said, you just make it like a snake. Like that. Get it underneath. And you can put this on anything. If you're working down here and it was filled with water, this will still work. That's why they required a hydraulic cement. Okay, just gotta make sure you really get it in there. That will really secure the pipe in there. Okay, it's really in there. Now what I do is I try to make it look a little pretty. Okay, so here's a look at the pipe. And there's all the hydraulic cement. You gotta make sure you get underneath and inside. Here's a look at the other side. Same thing, you gotta make sure you get it in really good. I'll let this cure. It'll help them over there. They're digging a trench. We will have extra sod for over there if we need it. There's more than one picture.
That's like over here though.
Yeah.
That's like in the
By
patio.
the wall. Look, right by the wall, right where he is. So right where he is.
What? Yep.
Concrete or something?
Concrete. It's just a brick. Yeah, it's just a regular brick. That's the old gutter.
Is it?
The old gutter.
Oh.
You can rip it out. Wait. Whoops.
Right there?
You're about 7.
Okay. Let's go over there then. Let's sit there and go look the other way. How is that? Hold on.
All right, so Tom and Nick have been over here. They got the one sprinkler line. Found the second sprinkler line. And they're digging a trench. He's got the laser, so he knows what depth to go. He has it on a slope. So from there, it's going to slope down this way. And we're going from here. We're going to continue here, and we'll go all the way around and bring it to that storm catch basin that's in the back that I just put hydraulic cement on. Nick has been finding the sprinkler lines.
And I just found a nice breeze.
You found a nice breeze.
Yeah, right
Oh, right there.
through here.
Or to the door, the gate.
The camera can't tell that it's 100 out.
I know. It's really hot.
Well, the
But-
camera knows because it keeps shutting off.
Yeah, I know.
Hey guys, here's a tutorial for all you pool guys. See this electric line? No. No. Bad. Almost died.
You got to put it in conduit.
Yeah, it has to be in a metal conduit, obviously, so we don't cut it when we dig.
Plastic would even be okay.
Yeah, it's considered a crime to do that, by the way. That's illegal.
Good thing you found it before you hit it. Because you have eagle eyes.
Oh, we just got lucky.
Good lucky. What do you want to say there?
Yeah, right in the middle. I want to do this part first, though.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, we need another white pipe. Nice.
Very pretty.
Yeah.
Nice job, Nick.
Cool.
Like I said, we're going to have to raise this up so we got plenty of slip
Mhm.
twisted away. So now
Yeah.
the T goes on there. And
Up?
Yeah, straight up, because it's going to be an inlet right there.
Okay.
Remember, this engineer said there had to be clean out by every bend.
By every bend.
So that's why I'm putting one here. There's a bend. I don't know how straight they are.
Okay, ready?
Yep. Ready?
Yeah.
right, so I'm gonna give you a little quick walkthrough. Here's this downspout, and on this job we're putting this kind in, and he can just lift this off and backwash his pool. And so here's a look at this run that goes here, and this pipe is going to be a perimeter pipe all the way around. We started backfilling this already, but this pipe, he gets water over here, he gets a puddling right here. Let me get my shadow out of the way. So puddling right here, so the water can go in there, and that goes right into our main pipe. I'll show you how far we got. So we got all this, it's all pitched.
Wow.
Nick's doing an amazing job at
Full
plumbing
bubble.
again, and that one has a full bubble.
Yeah, the engineer came and he was like, wow, full bubble.
That's cute. And so Tom's got the trench dug. That's going this way. He's got it dug all the way to here. Now he has to just do one more trench, and then we can tie everything together. So that's a downspout right there. And we're gonna, like I said, over there, they have a low spot over there. And here's another look at the pipe we put in yesterday.
All right.
You taking a nap
All right,
down
break
there?
time's over.
It's cool down there?
Oh, it's real nice in that pipe.
That's a little tight fit, Nick. Here's the pipe that we put in, and that's all hydraulic cement around that. It is strong, it is going nowhere. And here's a look at the other side. All nice and hard. It's another scorcher today. We're still in the heat wave. What's it gonna be today, Nick?
97 or something.
97? What's the heat index?
That's a normal. Yeah,
No.
heat index like 105.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one.
Okay, hit it. Good.
You glued this on?
Yeah, that's good. And then, yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Ready? Wait. All right, hit it. Good.
It's not straight. Close. Yep, that's good enough. So Nick's just finishing up the downspout over here, getting it straight. That looks good, Nick. Then we put one little screw in there. Nick did a beautiful job on this.
Oh, cool.
All right, Nick's just finishing up the piping.
I have one of these fancy internal reducers.
Ooh.
Awesome.
Nick's getting that ready. Here's what he did over here. So this is the inlet right here, and this is where it all floods from the patio. It comes down and floods in here, so this will take care of that.
Ready.
That and an old sprinkler line over there, but we did a boo-boo, and Tom did hit a sprinkler at the end, so he has to repair that. And we're going to be doing that in a minute. Now Nick is going to put a reducer on here and change that back over to 4-inch.
Okay. Then
I used to glue things for you.
it's fine.
Oh, we still have a half a thing of glue, Nick.
Yeah. I didn't waste all of it.
We didn't drop any yet. Awesome.
There we go. That's
Yeah,
pretty close.
That's good. Oh yeah, I get to run some water too.
Mhm.
So we put the hose in over here. And we got the hose going on right there. All right, the pipe is all in. Here's a quick look at it. We got this. Tom's repairing the one sprinkler that he messed up. And this is in. We got the 2 inlets here. And that way any water that comes off this patio will go into here and here. And this is going to be a stone dust pad in here for their fire pit. And we're going to bring it to the patio. And we got the reducer in there. These are probably old lines, but he's going to turn a system on. This is the one that we did break, and Tom just repaired that one. So we got the clean out here and the pipe, and that goes right into the city's storm catch basin. And we have the hose on, and that's how it goes. And it's going right out into the street catch basin. So now we just got to put the grate back on. I'll show you this one more time, since we're going to be closing this up and putting the fence back up, and then we won't have to go back here anymore. So there's that.
Got the fence put in and cleaned up over here. Can't even tell we were here. Nice. And my mom has an umbrella, I guess.
It's a little small, but it shades my face.
Thought we were supposed to be working, but that's cool.
All right, so we're back. It just rained. It's going to rain a little bit. It is Friday, so we're going to try to get as much of this filled in as possible. We're supposed to get a lot of rain this afternoon, Saturday, and possibly Sunday. And then we'll be back on Monday to finish this up, but there's not going to be enough time before the rain gets here. So Tom's going to be filling this in. I'm going to cut these down a little bit so he can drive over them. And I'm just showing you a quick look around before we start working.
Wait, cut these down first.
Wait, you gotta pull it. So Tom is doing a jumping jack in our trench. Okay, it's break time. All right, we just got a really fast thunderstorm. We have about 10-15 minutes and there's going to be another big storm coming, so we're going to just clean up, show you what we got done. At least all the downspouts are going into the storm basin, but we got these two sides in. Didn't get the sod put back on them yet, but it's gonna have to be what it is. And we won't cut the risers down until we get everything leveled and put the sod back on. So that's not gonna catch a lot of water now, but we can't cut them down yet. So we got here this morning. I put some of the sod back, and Tom's taking all this sod and dirt out. This is where the crushed stone's going to be for the portable fire pit. Okay. Want me back up? Alright, so we got all the sod put back that we can, because in this heat some of it didn't make it. But I am going to be seeding the whole property pretty much. And then we got this whole area kind of dug out. So from here straight across to there, it's approximately 16 by 20. That's all going to be stone dust. We just got to take out a little bit more sod by the fence, flatten this out, get it lower by the pool, and then put a fabric down. We put dirt here. We're going to be flattening this out and then leveling it down. We're trying to get that stone pad that we're putting down flat, so we needed some dirt on this side. But from here on is pretty much done, except for cutting these grates down. And once he gets all the grates down, we have the compactor, not the jumping jack, and he's going to compact all this grass down so it's not sticking up so much. right, let me get finished. Right now they're saying the heat index right now is 106. So I'm gonna get this stone pad in for the fire pit. Make sure this is low enough.
Want a hole in there or a half?
A hole? So Tom's running a compactor over it. That's the first lift, and we're gonna put some more down where it needs it. That made it look nice. All right, so here's a quick look. We're done with this job. We did a perimeter drain around the whole property. We put seed everywhere. We tied in 2 downspouts. Over here, I'll show you what we did. So here is the first downspout we tied in. That's here. And we put this black cap in because it fits easy and tight, but it comes out easy instead of having to unscrew it because he black washes his pool with this. So that's right there, convenient for him. And so the perimeter drain starts there, goes to here, and then there's a Y connection, and we have a little spot over here. And he had a whole bunch of puddling because the patio pitches down this way and the pool pitches down this way. So there was a lot of water getting over here. So he said with the rain the other day, before we even filled everything in, that the water was going right into that and going away. So he was very happy with this. And we didn't even fill in the trench yet, so that's a plus. So I'll walk you down the trench. We have 13 of these inlets, and they're spaced about 8 feet apart, which makes it very easy for customers to find them. And right now the grass is very stressed, but all you have to do is do that once in a while and they will not get covered. We've had drains for people that we've gone back to 15 years later, and as long as you keep them uncovered, they're fine. And it's not difficult to do that. Here's another one. This was a very low spot. So I showed you the pictures in the beginning. This is all full of water, this whole side over here. So we put the inlets here, but this is especially low over here. So this is going to catch a lot of the water. This is another big low spot in the yard. And he had another very large low spot behind this little patio piece. But here's all the inlets right in a row. And that continues to down here. And then right here, it turns. That is a clean out. And right over the top of the fence, that is the town's street sewer. And that goes out to the street in the front yard. And then from here, it goes up through the little pad that we made here. And here we have the other downspout. This is how we normally do our downspouts, with a grate. It's also a vent, and this also is a clean out. You just take the screw out, pop that out, and you can run a hose to there, jetter, if you ever needed to, anything to clean it out. So that's how we do our downspouts. So here's a look at the stone dust pad that we made for the fire pit area. They continued it up to here. There's a lot of pooling right here. This all pitches this way, so that will catch that. And you have another one over here, because this pitches down also. And we made this pretty flat by digging this out a little bit over here, taking this dirt and putting it over there, making a little berm on that side. And that way we could make this a lot flatter, because before it went down. And so that came out pretty good. Stone dust is a nice, pretty inexpensive way to put a little patio area in your yard. Especially if later on you want to just take it out and make it grass again, or whatever you want to do. But it packs down really hard. Tom compacted it with a compactor. Once the rain, it like really compacts tight, so you can walk on it no problem. You can see my footprints right there. You don't sink into it. It's much better than putting stone like this. Stone like this, when you step on it, your feet slide all over the place. Chairs would be moving. This is much better if you're going to be walking on it and putting chairs on there. And that's a quick look at the yard.